Hi, my name is Franshina Baskrin. I'm the first presenter for this presentation. I'll be presenting on the first segment, which is defining a problem. There are several problems that occur frequently in the workplace. After much research done individually and as a group, we have decided to choose the topic of inappropriate physical behavior. We have narrowed it down to unprofessional usage of smartphones on the job. Ever since smartphones are introduced to the world, it has been quite a double-edged sword. It is a device used to replace many other gadgets, such as telephone, laptop, photocopy machine, or fax machine. However, it includes the freedom of socializing with the world of internet, whether it's through social media platforms such as Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, or good old-fashioned online games. If not used wisely, it causes more harm than good in the workplace. Much time is wasted engaging in unproductive social work, which is unrelated to the job at hand. Employees are seen to be using phones during important meetings, at their respective desk places, or any major functions and gatherings that play a huge part in upholding a company's reputation. After much reflection, we have come up with the absolute question to solve this problem. What are the steps that can be taken to ensure the professional use of smartphones?
My name is Nur Ainaida binti Noran, and on to analyzing the problem of smartphone usage at workplace. Smartphones are undeniably a necessity at work as it is convenient. Our research shows participants positively associate the usage of smartphones with their dependency in reaching various goals at work. Although the usage of smartphones can also negatively affect employees' job performance, as it distracts other employees and the user themselves. The impact of distraction can be seen by a research commissioned by the Kaspersky Lab. Results shows there is a 26% increase in efficiency when the participants work without their smartphones. Thus, the more the distance between the participants and their smartphones, the more their job performance improved. Other than that, distraction due smartphone usage at workplace can also divert the focus of not only the user but also other employees, i.e., the other listeners of the conversation. For this, a research was done to examine the effects of cell phone conversation versus actual conversation. The research led by Veronica Galvin discovered one-sided conversation is more distracting than two-sided conversation. According to the study, one-sided conversation is more noticeable to other listeners, which makes it more likely to be more annoying, especially at work. Not only has it affected the focus of other employees, it also distracts them from their work as they are agitated and frustrated over the lack of control of the situation, which can be the inability to stop the source of the problem, which is to stop the user from talking on their phone. This can be shown through Hay and Deal's research, which mentions the less control an individual has over a situation, the more likely it will lead to an increase of stress response. Now moving on to the next person.
Assalamualaikum and a very good morning. My name is Irsalina and today I'm going to talk about the criteria to solve inappropriate usage of smartphone in the workplace. So for this criteria, we are based on Strategies to Overcome a Crisis by Coombs and Holiday 2012, which consists of three main objectives. So the objective are to shape the attribution of a crisis, to change the perception of the organization in a crisis, and also to reduce the negative effects generated by the crisis. So we have come up with three main criteria based on this objective to overcome the problem stated. So the first criteria is practicality. As we know, smartphone is a necessity and vital for communication, whether for the work purposes or for the personal purposes. And at some point, almost every employee will spend more time on their smartphone to attend these matters. To overcome this problem, the employers need to keep in mind that there is a work-life balance and every individual perceives the situation and the issue differently. So it is important for the employers to understand their employees' emotional reaction and needs before deciding a suitable approach to overcome this problem. The practicality of the solution actually shows the willingness and the concern of the company and employees toward the employees' welfare. So the second criteria is the effects of the solutions. It is important for the company and the employers to evaluate the result after the decision is implemented. From here, the company can then plan whether the solution need to be done in a continuous effort in the long run, or it need to change in order to ensure that the problem is fully overcome. The planning of the short-term and the long-term solution is important to ensure that the problem will not arise again in the future. So the last criteria is the consistency with the company goals. As we know, a solution can be either positive or negative, as long as it can help to overcome the problem arise. However, it can give a big impact towards the company's performance and productivity. In this context, the use of smartphone is unavoidable, and actually there are a few companies that promote the use of smartphone in the workplace. So to overcome the inappropriate usage of smartphone in the workplace, the company can generate a few solutions that cater to their employees, while at the same time help to increase the productivity of their company. It's actually proven by a few studies that by doing this, the employees will feel more content with their work, and they will strive for a better performance in their field. So that's all for me. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Amira, and I will be explaining on how we generated our potential solutions for our problems. After a brainstorming session of all the group members, we've came up with 3 potential solutions. The first one is by using cell phone policies. The second one is using monitoring routine. And the third one is by taking disciplinary action towards the employees. So the first one, which is the cell phone policies. How can we do this? The first thing that everyone needs to know is that the cell phone policy needs to be visible to all the employees in the office or in the working area. Everyone has to be able to see this policy, which means that it needs to be put at a strategic place. In the policy, it can be written there all the rules that they want employees to abide regarding cell phones. For example, like at what hours can they use their cell phone for personal use, how long is the maximum time for them to use the cell phone for personal use, something like that, according to the company's cell phone policy. Hence, by doing this, it could also act as a reminder for all the employees, because they will be able to see the policies every single day. Other than that, we could also avoid issues such as employees claiming not to understand the policies, or employees claiming that, oh, they did not get any instructions on cell phone usage, because the policies is already there. Therefore, they cannot claim such things, because we have proof that the policy is there and all the employees need to abide to the policy. The second one is by using monitoring routine. Monitoring routine is a bit tedious because it requires a person in charge to constantly monitor the employees during working hours. However, by doing this, we can reduce the likeliness of employees to break the rules, because they are reminded that someone is observing them closely. Hence, we can also make the employees more disciplined. The last solution is by taking a disciplinary action for those who use too much cell phone in the office or in the working area. By doing this, they are more scared to break the rules or to not follow the rules, because they know that if a disciplinary action is taken towards them, then it will affect their career, and also it would affect their reputation as an employee or as a worker there. So those are the solutions that we came up with, and then my friend will explain on what solution that we've chosen. Thank you very much.
Hi, my name is Hakim. I'll be explaining on selecting the best solution. So the group has come up with 3 strong viable solutions, which are the first one is creating the cell phone usage policies. Number 2, monitoring employee cell phone routine. And number 3, employing disciplinary actions. So 2 out of 3 solutions have been rejected by the group. We have choose for solution number 1, which is creating cell phone usage policies. These criteria are practical, impactful on workers and also the organization. And before this new criteria starts effectively, we will make testing phase for our employees for 1 week, and then they will be observed by all the supervisor in that company. And furthermore, for solution number 1 is the best, because once the policy has been made and employed, workers could easily adhere to the policy. The placement of written policy at the workplace is easy because all workers could easily see, read and understand, and it is a good way to remind them. And moreover, this solution is as well effective in the short term and long term. And this solution is also impactful to workers and organization, because the policy will regulate the cell phone usage routine of the workers. And finally, by regulating cell phone usage through this policy, workplace productivity will also increase significantly. Thank you.